Inner peace is big. It's big. Cause see, without inner peace, you may not learn. Like you sitting up there got a funky attitude about something. How you, in this class time, like how you gonna really absorb something? Your energy is off. You're off. So inner peace is a must. And inner peace does not mean, let me be clear, it do not mean that you don't have stresses. That's quite the opposite. You're going to have stresses, right? And so when you live in a world where you got bills, you may have children, you have relationships, you have jobs, and you have health issues. You may have issues in all of these sectors at one time. How do you get to a place of inner peace is really the question, right? And so the thing is, we have to either transmute, or which will eliminate, so you can transmute what's going on, or you can totally eliminate these things that are stressing you and change, right? So only you can make that decision on how you can go about the process. Now, I'll give you a real live example, and hopefully when we do the edit of this, I'll be able to show you how I did transmutation yesterday, okay? And so yesterday was an off-centered day for me, right? I didn't even come out here, and I'm supposed to come here every day. And here I go, going straight to the office, and which is yang mode. And I promised myself that I'm not starting my day with that, right? But old habits are kind of hard to break in a sense, right? Or new habits are hard to form, right? So my internal yin yang energy is called the color wheel on my aura chakra technology, right? It was, and trust me, it was an amazing enlightening day yesterday. And I secured a bag yesterday, so on top of it. But anyway, despite how I was feeling. And so I get on the aura chakra machine, and the color wheel shows me my yin and yang internal energy. And this thing is forming a 90-degree angle. It looked like an L. So it almost looked like about 150 on the wall clock. If I turned it vertically, it looked like 3 o'clock, right? So you can see it forming the L. And so my masculine is way over here, and my feminine needle is over here. In fact, they're in 2 different color spectrums, right? The yang energy was way over in green yellow, while my yin energy was on a higher frequency of color, which was in the blue, because blue is a higher frequency than green yellow, okay? And so I said, this is interesting, because this is how I feel. The internal male-female energy within me is off, okay? And so I said, cool, I'm gonna shoot to the house, I'm gonna grab lunch, I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna do what I call fixed gate Qigong. Now, it is 5 animal styles that I observed out here. Snake that I just saw, dragonfly, a crane, not a crane bird, but it's called a sandpiper, okay? Cleaning goose is another one. And so some of these are just techniques that I have, I observe and whatnot, okay? And so just watching nature. And so I do the work, right? I'm doing these techniques of balancing myself, right? You'd be amazed at just simple arm movement, you know, doing certain goose move that I'm doing, is now making my body, because see, remember, you got a lot of pairs in the body. A lot of us may not know it. You got 2 lungs, you know what I mean? You got 2 kidneys, 2 adrenals, 2 testicles, 2 ovaries for women, 2 breasts, right? So 2 sets of intestines, different, you know, sizes and whatnot. But, you know, you got pairs in your body, right? And even the things that don't have pairs are still kind of paired in this function, okay? So anyway, I do the work, and I instantly, soon as I'm finished doing the Qigong set, and listen, this don't even take me, I promise, it wasn't, I would say 10 minutes tops. Whereas I got another form of Qigong that I do, would take about 20 something minutes to do, right? Mine's cut it in half, 10 minutes, and I immediately get on the machine. I don't let my body recalibrate and get to the new energy of what's going on. I get on the machine and instantly you're starting to see at least my yin and yang energies are in the same color spectrum now. They're not like this tight, but they're in the same color spectrum, like forming the peace sign. So it's no longer an L. They're now doing peace. They're close to each other. I said, cool. So then what I did was I drank some water and I allowed myself to just breathe naturally and let my body catch up to the technique. Allow the chi work that I just did to circulate, right? And so 10 minutes so pass, I get on the machine and lo and behold, my yin yang energy comes closer and you should see my chakras. They're perfectly round and smooth. Whereas before, when I was in an internal state of distress with my yin yang energy, my chakras look like shit, to be honest with you. They're all over the place. My aura's all over the place. But if you look at the after, you will see, look how the aura is nice and smooth and the chakras are nice and round. I said, yo, thank you for this experience, because I had to get put to the test of what I learned and what I've created to see if it worked. How else was I could have did it? Well, you know, it's one thing to already be in the state, but when you be in the extreme negative and to push yourself to the extreme positive energetically, that's some work that takes place. It's really some work. I even went to bed super early yesterday because it was an energy that I knew I had to pretty much sleep it off as well. Irregardless to me doing the chi work, I still had to fight through the chemical release that was in me at first. I had to fight against that. This is a chemical war that's taking place inside the body, right? And so, you know, we offer techniques of transmutation is the key, right? And so you gotta have inner peace. Inner peace is absolutely paramount. And again, it don't mean that you're not gonna have a stressful situation. The key is, and really the fun to a degree is, okay, now show me what you know, master. And you are the master. The master is within you. So show me what you know, master. Show me what you learn. Show me. Because see now, when you in this state, theory ain't gonna get you out of it. Right? I did the inner smile technique, and you know, like the thought itself, for me, the thoughts couldn't get me out of the state. I had to take a thought and marry it with a physical action to make the body conform to the mind. You see? And so this is heaven and this is earth. And heaven couldn't affect earth in a sense. I had to conjoin them together. And that's the beautiful thing about the yin and the yang. So when you understand it, they show you that, this is yin, but all of that is yang. And you have to marry, these two systems are already married, okay? And so inner peace is absolutely the key. And, you know, obviously, I can't stress this enough, man. Enthusiasm will take you a whole lot. See, when you're enthusiastic about a subject matter, I'm telling you, it's going to flow easy. See, you inherently know that nature and astrology is real. You have seen for yourself that, hold on, the Capricorn energy is very different from, let's say, a Gemini energy, right? The Leo energy, Capricorn. Oh no, it's a complete contrast, but it makes sense. One is in the winter, one is in the summer, right? And so the forces known as the planets that actually rule these energies are two totally different ones. Sun, sunny, bright, jubilant, life force energy. The definition of the sun literally means life force, because without it we die. Saturn rules Capricorn, cold, slow, contractive. Whereas Sun and Jupiter energy is more expansive and outgoing. Saturn energy says, I'm the yin principle here. Let's cold it, chill it out, bring it in some, slow it down. which is a vital process in nature that we need. In fact, I got this saying, black folks don't like Saturn. That's the one part of consciousness we try to avoid, working on that particular principle. We'll go all around the wheel and try to do everything else, because we know that principle represents time. Most people can't be on time. We got this thing called CP time. We off time so bad, we created some shit called CP time. Now, it'd be dope if you can tell me, meet you at CP time, and that's a code word for when I know when you're gonna actually be there. But we know that CP time actually means when I get there. I get there when I get there. Okay? And so it ain't cool, right? Because we lack discipline, which is Saturn. Saturn's energy represents up, do it again, up, do it again, up, do it again, up, do it again, right? So its energy forces you to be responsible, grow up, and repetitive is this process. That's a part of the human psyche. That's just an external representation of what is a part of the internal psyche that we choose. Oh no, I'm gonna take a shortcut. Okay, all right, that's a decision that you make. So when we make that decision and we come to a certain part in our age, in our evolution, called the Saturn return, 28 to 30 years old, your second one again around 56 to 60, then it's like, oh, life sucks. Especially at 28, 30. I've been bumming. I've been sleeping on the couch at mom's house. You know, I'm grown now. I ain't in my 20s. I ain't in high school no more. I ain't in my 20s. Man, life sucks. Do it suck? Why life suck? Everything seemed hard. Why? Because it's based off of the previous decisions that you made to dictate what your reality is when the planet got there. So it ain't the planet. It's the decisions that we making. That is a representation of the planet. You understand what I'm saying? And so we can see this. And so since we see this, and I want to show y'all this other snake so bad, you can skirt it out. Since you can see this, then it becomes easy, because it's like, like, yo, wait a minute, who's the fire? Well, shit, it's only 3 of them. Who's the air? It's only 3 of them. Who's the earth signs? 3 of them. Who the winter signs? Cold, or like earth sign. Who? Them. Or the water signs. No, it's them 3. Right? And so, I'm sorry, 4. And so, 3 elements, and then four signs that fall in each modality and whatnot. So when you deal with the modalities and you understand that, again, it's just a lover of nature understanding, like, oh, wait a minute. Signs start, cardinal signs. Aries start the spring. Taurus is in the middle, fixed sign. These signs come in the middle of the season. Gemini is at the end of the spring. And then we about to go to a whole new season, right? Which is Cancer. Cancer starts the summer. Leo's in the middle. Virgo's at the end. That's mutable, right? And we about to go to a whole new season. So I told you before, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? So Libra starts the fall. Scorpio is fixed in the middle of the fall. And then you have Sagittarius at the end of the fall. Then we go to the final 3. 1, 2, 3, Capricorn represents the starting of the winter. Aquarius in the middle of the winter is fixed. And then you have Pisces, mutable at the end of the winter, and we just went across the wheel doing the modalities. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a beautiful symphony that's taking place. So I like to say, be enthusiastic about it, because you're going to realize that, and people tell me, Brian, it ain't that simple. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's really that simple. It's that simple, because it's only 12 things you got to remember at the core. You don't even, if you understand that Saturn rules Capricorn, then all of the Capricorn definitions go to the planet Saturn. All of the Saturn definitions go to the sign Capricorn. And so then you understand that a house in astrology represents, an area of space. What do you mean an area of space? You're looking at a piece of paper calling it a house. But a house really represents, this area of space is the east. Okay. And the sun's journey throughout the day, it goes from east to south. And at midday, when it's at south, it's in the 10th house. And the 10th house represents career and success and reputation and fame and being in the public. It's lunchtime. This is when people come outside, in a sense, right? And so it's like, okay, that makes sense. The 10th house goes to the 10th sign, which is Capricorn and Saturn. Bam. So it's like, man, that's it. You're only really remembering 12 things in their order, right? 4 elements and then 3 modalities on top of that, then it's like, okay, bam, simple classification. Next. Okay? And so be enthusiastic about it. Be a lover of peace, or definitely be a lover of your inner peace when you're going to protect it. But understand that, hey, in this place of nature, we may become imbalanced, and that's okay. Don't beat yourself up. The key is, do you have techniques that can bring you from a negative state to a positive state? And you know, and I can show that. Again, I just showed it, you know, dealing with the technology that I invested in, and I was like, yes, you know, I'm glad this, you know, I'm glad it worked, you know, because I paid thousands of dollars for this particular technology over a decade ago. So I'm glad it works. But that's the bomb diggy on, to me, the requirements that you need to really get into this thing. All right. And I hope that answers the questions, man. And so with that, man, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, and here's the key too. So we have an Astral class that is coming up on Sunday, the 20th. It's on the Patreons for Patreon members and my old star members. You know, the basics and whatnot. And what I teach is what I'm gonna call cosmic, it's really cosmic inner alchemy. Because you're going to understand, like I just explained, that this it's really talking about the internal psychological processes. But you got to learn it together. Meaning, the sun is the external. But the sun rules Leo, which Leo rules what? The heart and spine. And what system is that part of? The cardiovascular system. So we got all the keywords for Leo, but at the same time, now we must marry it to its inner function. And so working with me is you get the inner and the outer at the same time. No more external, and you really don't know that it's affecting, and it's a part of your internal. Okay, so join that. Patreon's only $15, and guess what? August 21st, that Monday. Woo, we got a webinar on the Venus bath that's coming up. And I'm going to show you why that day, that's the preparation day, but I'm going to show you, you know, why the next day, the 22nd, why we're doing it on that particular day. And that's what it's about, man. I think it's about, you know, for me personally, I realized that a lot of systems, especially Western religious systems, they don't address health, they don't address longevity, they don't address love, which is sex. They don't address sex. They don't address the vitality of it. You know, so for me, it, you know, looking at it, it's just purely here, and it don't touch here, and it don't touch action. It's just purely here. And that's not a proper balance for me, right? So what I have done is just showing you a complete system of the cosmic, external, and internal, and how we can bring this into the home, how we can bring this into our love life and harmonize, so we can be the most prosperous beings that we can possibly be. Okay, so I love to see you in class. All right, peace.